Hey ladies, before my battery dies, let's see if I can get you in here, get you in the room, child, and look, make sure it locks. And let's talk real quick. I feel that some of us are in a battle. Some of us are in a battle for that voice that is inside of us, that you literally can feel it rumbling inside of you, that there is a deepness and an authority in your voice. There is a birthing out of who you are as a woman that is literally in process. And what I mean by that is, some of us as women have been going through these different seasons of our lives where we don't know exactly how to just be, that we are powerful and that we have the authority that we have in our lives and over our lives. Some of us have been struggling to allow our voices to be heard and to literally sit up and let people know that when you come in a room, things change, because you are literally an atmosphere shifter. There has been times that you have literally sat back for seasons, literally for seasons, and have watched women have had to take the back seat. You have watched where you have been left in the shadows. You have been in seasons of your life where you have really had to fight for your voice to be heard. And even when you fight for your voice to be heard, people still do not listen to you. They call you emotional, or you're angry, or just let it go. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm here to tell you that is literally going to be the last time that anyone ever tells you that, and you don't do anything about it. And I don't mean that you have to go and be angry or any of those things, but it is time to be able to take your voice back from the enemy that has literally tried to close you and shut you up. And what I mean by that is, we don't have to sit and always talk like this, and we don't always have to dub ourselves down for the next man, but yet we are able to literally stand up and be equal. And what I mean by equal, I don't mean in a relationship, but I mean in the career field. I mean in your leadership role. I mean in the office in which God has set before you. I literally mean that it is time for you to birth your ministry out. It is time for you to be able to take everything back that the enemy has tried to steal from you or already stole from you. It is time that you literally stop sitting down and be stepped over time and time again. It is literally time that you get up and walk in the authority that God has placed over your life. It is time to walk in your calling. It is time to walk to the destiny that God has assigned for you. But it is time that you feel the awakening and the bubbling up in your spirit of who God has created you to be. It is time that you take everything back. And I do mean everything. This was the last day, the last hour, and the last minute, and the last second that you sit there and do absolutely nothing. You have a voice, and it is time that you use it. You have a voice, and it is time that you be heard. There is something that God has literally placed inside of you that He is ready for you to birth out. You have been in the birthing position, and it is time to birth out that ministry. It is time for you to birth out that business. It is time to birth out everything that is inside of you and stop being quiet. It is time for you to stand up to some people. It is time for you to literally know that when you walk in the room, you are the one that people have been waiting for. There are people that have been assigned to you and that are attached to you, that are waiting for your voice, the thing that you are trying to accomplish, the thing that you are trying to do, the dream that has been inside of you. It is time to literally make that thing happen. Whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it is for you, but I know what it is for me. And it's time. It is literally time. It is okay for us to just not be okay, but we ain't sitting there too much longer. And so today is the day that you wipe your tears. And I know that one tear that just kind of comes out slowly on your eye by itself without doing anything, that tear, it's time. It's time where you've been sitting in the corner and you feel like I can't do this and I can't do this because I am a woman. Yeah, it's time. It's time to take everything back. There's people out there that need you. There's a generation that needs you. What is tied to you is going to make generational curses on individual people and individual families. There is time. It is literally time for you to take everything back. It is time for you to be slingshot to your destiny. It is time for everything, and I do mean everything. That prayer, that cry, those nights where you've been learning, those days where you have been literally passed up for jobs and interviews and businesses and loans and all of those things. It's time. So it's time for you to start that business. And it's time for you to get that house. And it's time for you to do that ministry. And it's time to do everything that you've ever wanted to do at anything that you've wanted to do. It's time. We're not sitting down any longer. Not today. Not today at all. Literally. It is time for all of us as women, black, white, and everything in between. We're going to empower each other. And we're going to be great. Because we ain't got no choice. We ain't got no choice. It's time for it to literally be okay that we have women in leadership roles. Yeah, it's no longer gonna be a surprise, and we're gonna do it being great. It's time that when we see each other, we lift each other up and we tell each other that it's gonna be okay. It is time that we stop tearing each other apart and we do all things together. And we gonna hold hands, and we gonna come in alignment, and we gonna walk in our destiny. We're going to do it with God. And so when they see you, they see the God in you. And they say that they literally see the army of angels